Yeah, up until last night, I felt like, there was great effort, great fight. I just didn't see it offensively yesterday. I felt like we had the fight taken to us. You got to give their defense a lot of credit. But that was the first time where I don't know if it was a letdown emotionally or what occurred, but we didn't fight like we had been offensively. I thought defensively it gave us a chance to win. Special teams wasn't as good as it's been, but it's a resilient group. They continue to show up, work hard. They know we can play with anybody if we don't turn the football over, which continues to kind of be our Achilles heel.
I guess just overall with the quarterback situation, you brought in McClain. I guess what's the status there?
Yeah, we'll see. Jet obviously wasn't 100% yesterday, and so we'll see kind of through the week who's feeling good and who can go and make a decision late in the week and go from there.
Is he dinged up in practice, or was it in the Texas game?
It was from the Texas game. Yeah, so he pushed through last night. You could tell wasn't able to do some of the things that he is good at doing, extending plays, and but he played hard, competed hard, just was hindered a little bit.
Any positives you can take away from yesterday?
I thought Clayton did a nice job kicking, as he's done all year, and I thought, defensively, some of those linebackers stepping up. With Dakota out, Jordan Brooks going out, I thought they played hard against a really physical football team and continue to give us chances. They're late in the game. Offensively, there were no positives. Yeah.
What was your moment like at the end of the game with Bill Snyder? Was it pretty emotional?
No. We go way back, and I just have a tremendous amount of respect for him and the job he's always done and the way he represents himself and his program.
Not to kind of harp on it, but I guess with the quarterbacks, is this a situation where Allen is going to probably get some more reps this week, or is Jet just going to kind of be the usual starter from last year?
Yeah, the Allen deal, you can see him back there slinging it. It's like having a bright, shiny toy and can't play with it. So it's a unique injury to all of us, and you got to make sure you're smart and it heals internally. And so I don't really have a timetable on him yet, but we'll get those other two guys going and figure out who it's going to be and go from there.
I'm pretty sure I kind of know the answer you're going to give, but I guess with McClain and Jet, do you kind of know who might be getting first-team reps, or is it someone like Cole who might be kind of moving up a little bit?
Yeah, we'll see. You'd like to have McClain and Jet available. I don't know yet if we will. So one of those other guys, Colt or Nick Gerber, needs to be ready and available.
With McClain, is it still the high ankle sprain, or do you know something else?
Yeah, I think he's feeling better from that. He went in last night. It was a tough spot. I put him in. I could tell Jet wasn't 100%, and so put him in. It was cold. He'd been sitting there all day, and probably wasn't fair to him. And so we just got to get him back in the rhythm, knock some rust off. And he was named the opening day starter for a reason and had a tremendous camp and was protecting the football. And that's really been our biggest problem offensively is we aren't protecting the football. We're squandering drives, and you can't do that in league play.
Well, Les Miles joining the Big 12. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, what a tremendous addition. He's one of the legendary coaches in our game, and it'll be great recognition for the Big 12.
Coach, what kind of pressure do you and your team feel this week, or is it anything?
No, I think it's more, you compare it to the high school football playoffs, which they've all been through, and, it's survive and advance, and they're fighting for the same thing we're fighting for, and, you want to get that 6th win and become bowl eligible, and this team's overcome a lot of adversity to put themselves in this position, and now they just got to find a way to do it.
Do you have to even say anything to him about that, or is it kind of
No, I think you just kind of outline this is where we're at, and this is how we're going to get to where we want to get, and let's make sure we extend our season.
Can you speak to Clayton and what he's done? 12 in a row for him was pretty
Yeah,
substantial.
it's incredible. There was tough conditions. It was cold. It was windy, and he just knocked those two through. And has been doing it all season. And just can't tell you how proud I am of him. We talked before the season about him having his comeback season, and he sure has. It's his mental toughness to go through last year and the injury and some other things he was dealing with, and to come back and play the way he's played. Just couldn't be prouder of him, and shows a lot about his character.
What's the biggest improvement you want to see offensively this week in practice and going into the Baylor game?
Yeah, we got to protect the football. I mean, we're dropping snaps and we're throwing interceptions in the red zone, and I mean that's not going to win games anywhere. And that's been our Achilles heel the last 3 or 4 games is a lot of turnovers, and so that's what we got to do: protect the ball, and we'll have a chance in any game.
Do you have any message for the fan base at all, Coach, and your team in terms of trying to just drown out the negative stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a good group of young men who fought really hard against some adverse situations and continue to battle, and have been as competitive as any team since I've been here in each and every game, and would love to have a great crowd in Dallas to help them try and extend their season.
Coach, I know you talked about the defense, some of the injuries there. Any updates on Dakota?
Yeah, it'll still be day to day. I'm not sure where he's at. You know, we'd love to have him back, but hasn't been feeling right to him, and so we want to make sure that he's safe and that he feels 100% healthy before we put him back out there.
How much improvement have you seen from Rico this year in going into this?
Yeah, I mean, he had to step in early last year, and he's made strides this year, and he's a guy we see kind of taking over a leadership role defensively and stepping in for Dakota next year. And tough, physical, really good young man who's going to be a good leader for that defense.
It means a lot, especially the team and you know, everybody's support and everything like that. It's really big, you know, have my teammates, all the guys, all the other specialists, Coach Kingsbury. It's really big to come back after last season.
Just overall, I know the offense wasn't there, but I guess what can you kind of take away from yesterday and kind of what you guys kind of brought today in practice, or kind of walkthroughs or just film?
Yeah, you know, we're trying to focus on the little things, you know, and just trying to get better at, you know, just stepping up this week and doing your job and not trying to think about too much and do too much at, you know, one time. You know, when your number's called, you just got to go in and play.
How difficult is it for an offense to kind of go through, especially with the way you guys have just played so far, and then only to score 6 points, not to have so many yards, I guess, so to speak, at the end of it?
Yeah, it's tough. It was a little different feel, I guess, you know, for me. You know, I always kind of finish up with offense, and it's frustrating because, you know, I want those guys to do really good too, and, you know, for me to get opportunities to go out there and help the team out as well. It's just, you know, you hate to see it. You know, I'm rooting for these guys as much as everybody else, so I just want to see them do better.
Did you know that 12 was the record going into the day or going into the kick, or did someone tell you after?
I had no idea. Everybody's been talking about the the field goal record, and so I had no idea about the streak, but, you know, I just try and go out there and make the next one, so.
Can you feel for them a little bit when it comes to the struggles in the red zone? Because last year it was a struggle in the red zone, but more on the special teams side, and now it's kind of
Yeah.
the offense a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I just after what happened last season and this season, you know, it's just kind of hard to see, you know, not being able to both be clicking, I guess you could say, but you know, to step in and do my job, I feel like helps a lot.
You're a guy that always is under pressure, okay? So, like this week, you guys are under big pressure to get bowl eligible. Will you try to speak to your teammates as a senior and a leader to kind of try to block out the outside noise?
Yeah, I will. I always try and lead by example and just come in and do my job every day. You know, you can't sit, turn around, look back at the season and go, oh my gosh, what's happened last week, the week before. You just got to step up and game plan and be mentally tough and go out there and do your job.
How do you think you guys are kind of handling that frustration that's come with the past couple weeks?
It's difficult. You can kind of tell a little bit of the attitude around the locker room, I guess you could say. Disappointment today, but we'll come back after it tomorrow and the next day and get after it. I'm sure, I mean, I've never seen, since I've been here, the team fight as hard as they have, and, you know, to keep fighting like they have been and playing as hard as they have, even though we haven't been as successful, it's shown a lot about the character of our team, I think.
In terms of that character, is that from the senior class, or is that from different guys, or I guess where do you kind of see that from?
I guess you could say more the senior class. I feel like a lot of guys are, you know, stepping in and working really hard, and, you know, this off season with everybody coming back, and I just feel like there's more camaraderie on the team. Everybody's playing for each other, which, you know, hasn't been there. I don't know what to exactly, you know, give the credit to, but it's a different feel for sure.
Lack of execution, I think. I feel like we played hard, you know. I feel like we're creating the identity that we always play hard to the end, but at the end of the day, you got to execute and take care of the ball. On defense, we got to get the ball more. But yeah, at the end of the day, it just comes down to execution.
Just for you, I guess, how does the defense kind of pick up the offense? Because I know it's very rare that you kind of see a performance like that from the offense. I guess, how do you guys kind of
you know, we got to keep playing ball. When adversity strikes, you know, you got to get a stop, you got to get a turnover by any means possible. And, I mean, just keep grinding because, I mean, Kansas State has a really good defense. They're always well-schemed and really disciplined, well-coached. So you just got to keep grinding in there and give the offense as many opportunities as you can. I feel like we didn't quite do that as well as we have in the past, but something to build off of and look forward against Baylor.
Throughout this kind of losing streak, Coach has been quick to kind of put most of the blame on himself as a player. Is that tough to hear?
Well, it's incredibly respectable on his part because, like I said, at the end of the day, it comes to execution. You know, Coach Kingsbury can't catch a snap, and he can't help block for a punt. So I mean, the fact that he takes a lot of credit for the losses and stuff, I mean, you just can't do anything but respect as a player. I mean, he's truly a player's coach, and at the end of the day, I think the players need to look in the mirror, and we got to be better for him and for the community and just for everyone that wears TTU on their chest.
Does that make you want to fight a little bit harder this week?
Absolutely. I mean, personally, Coach Kingsbury is he gave me a scholarship, so I'm sure I'm pretty biased towards rooting for him. But I mean, I think like I said, he's an incredible players coach and takes a lot of the blame for when players maybe have slip-ups or poor execution or undisciplined. So I feel like this week, we're really fighting for him, fighting for each other, and fighting for our seniors because we want another month to play together. You know, we don't want this last 6 days to be our last 6 days.
One game to decide the boat berth. Do you feel any of the pressure? How are y'all handling the pressure of that?
Yes, sir. I mean, for us and Baylor, it's a must-win. Winner goes on, and loser goes home. You got to win this one.